Find the lowest common multiple or the LCM of 60, 200 and 90. Now there can be different ways to find the LCM of these three given numbers. You can actually write their multiples and then from those multiples you can try finding their LCM. But since these numbers are relatively bigger, let's actually prime factorize them and then find the LCM. So we can start with prime factorizing 60. See, the process of finding the LCM here would exactly remain the same as finding the LCM of any two given numbers using prime factorization. And if you already know how to do that, you can just pause the video here and try this on your own. As of now, let's start with prime factorizing 60. So we can write 60 as 6 times 10. 6 is 2 times 3 and 10 is 2 times 5. So the prime factorization of 60 would be 2 square times 3 times 5. Now let's prime factorize 200. 200 can be written as 2 times 100, which would be equal to 2 times 10 square, which would be equal to 2 times 5 whole square, which is finally equal to 2 times 2 square times 5 square. So the prime factorization of 200 would be 2 to the power 3, 2 cube, times 5 square. And finally we have 90. So 90 can be written as 9 times 10. 9 is 3 square and 10 is 2 times 5. So the prime factorization of 90 would be 2 times 3 square times 5. Now we are looking for a number that is the lowest, smallest common multiple of these three given numbers. So let's actually start with 60. How would a number look like? How would the prime factorization of a number look like if it is a multiple of 60? So it would definitely be made up of 2 square times 3 times 5. So let's write that down here. 2 square times 3 times 5. This is how the prime factorization of a number would look like if it is the multiple of 60. We at least need 2 2's, 1 3 and 1 5. Now let's come to 200. Now if a number is a multiple of 200, it should have 3 2's and 2 5's. Here we just have 2 2's. So instead of this 2, let me make it 3 2's. And we need 2 5's, we just have 1 5. So let me make this 5 square. Now this number is the multiple of 60 and 200 both. But what about 90? If a number is a multiple of 90, it should have 1 2, 2 3's and 1 5. Now this number already has 3 2's, so we don't need to worry about 2. Now it has only 1 3, but if we want this number to be a multiple of 90, it should have 2 3's. So let me make this 3 to the power 2. And we need 1 5, but we already have 2 5's, so we don't need to worry about that. So now, if a number is the multiple of all these three numbers, it should at least have 3 2's, 2 3's and 2 5's. So we can see that this is the prime factorization of the lowest common multiple of these three given numbers. Now if you want the second common multiple, we can multiply this by 2. If you want the third common multiple, we can multiply it by this by 3 and so on. So now what can be the other way to interpret this? So basically what we did, we wrote down all the available prime factors, which is 2, 3 and 5 in this case. We wrote them down along with their highest available powers. For example, in case of 2, its highest available power is 3, which we have here. Similarly for 3, its highest available power is 2, so we have it here. And similarly 5, the highest available power of 5 is 2, which we have here. So this would be the LCM of these three given numbers. Now we can calculate this and find the value. 2 cube is 8, 3 square is 9 and 5 square is 25. 25 times 8 would give us 200 and times 9, which would be equal to 1800. So the LCM of these three given numbers is 1800.